County Commission meeting, Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to start the meeting? Item number 3 on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion is second. Any additions, corrections?
Yes, we need to add an exec session on at the end. It's noted, but the South Dakota codified laws are not. So it's SDCL 125-1 and 4 for personnel and contract negotiations.
Okay. Any other comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carried. Item number 4 is an invitation for a citizen scheduled time on the commission agenda for an item not listed. There's a 5-minute time limit per person. Anyone wanting to speak during this agenda item must sign in prior to the start of the meeting. No commission action will be taken during this agenda item. Any requested action item may be scheduled for a future meeting date. I don't believe we have anybody today, so we'll move on to consent agenda items, which includes the minutes, travel and education requests, personnel action notices, cellular authorizations, and the human services report. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
A motion and second. Additions or corrections? Any comments? Hearing none, call a roll, please.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 6 on the agenda is routine business, approval of the claims. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing none, call roll, please.
Post.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 6B is department heads reports. So we can start with Highway Department. Do you want to come forward?
So we have, I guess, kind of the main things we got going. We got crack sealing going down on Highway 12. We are going to switch to our 410s the 24th of this month. And then that is also when we are going to be putting our load limits on. And then we got a notice of award for road guide construction for our chip seal project. And then we also have the bid tabulations for the striping project.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be covering them later in the agenda.
Okay.
Is there any questions for Randy or Highway Department? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming today, Randy.
Yep.
County Development.
Good morning.
Morning, Bob.
Morning.
First thing on the agenda tonight is the 2025 Severe Weather Awareness Training. This year it's in Lake County at the East River Electric Co-op in Madison. We rotate that just about every other year. Last year we had it in Brookings, so this year it's in Madison. And he's having a little bit earlier than I typically do, but tonight from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. My 2 staff members live in Moody, well, one lives in Moody County, the other one lives in Lake County, so they are going to attend it tonight, and I told them they'd be able to count it under time since that supports my office. And whether or not I go to her or not, still up in the air, but we'll make sure we're represented there. Last couple of weeks, I was in Washington DC at the NACO Legislative Conference. One troubling thing is the any federal ordinance or regulation that they have to change, they have to take away 10 different ones. It's called the 10-to-1 rule. And the last administration before this one, it was a 4-to-1 rule. So when it comes to like pipeline regulations at the federal level, they would have to take away 4 of the old ordinances and to apply one new one. And so I found that quite interesting. And we did cancel our planning commission meeting on March 4th because of severe weather that you guys had here. I don't know how bad the weather actually got here in Brookings, but we got some people up by Hendricks and places like that. So we went ahead and we went on the safe side and canceled that meeting. I did attend the South Dakota, North Dakota pipeline safety operator training in Sioux Falls, and that's obviously that's pipeline safety. We South Dakota detail and yearly grant. Did I print off the wrong one? Yep. Oh no, this is the right one. And later tonight, I'm heading over to Oklahoma to attend the South Dakota Department of Health Public Health Preparedness and Response Forum. There's an emergency management class all day tomorrow, and then on Thursday I'll be talking about what we did in our PPC, Points of Dispensing full-scale exercise last October. And our pre-disaster mitigation plan was returned from FEMA, requested to have some corrections made to it. First Planning District has made those corrections and resubmitted it again, so we'll keep you informed on that. That'll get approved here pretty fast. And the Public Utilities Commission has suspended this, or has a request in from Summit Carbon Pipelines to suspend their CO2 permitting for the pipeline. Not that that should make a difference to anything that we do, but we just wanted you to be aware of that. Any questions?
Is there a time frame that they would give them an answer for that?
I guess I don't know that, but the choices are the Public Utilities Commission will either suspend it, or they'll come back and say, no, just cut it off and reapply starting from scratch. And that's what I would anticipate they would do, but obviously I'm not in the food chain of the Public Utilities Commission, but anything else?
The one, Bob, you said you canceled the planning meeting. Do you reschedule that like the next week, or do you?
We, in this particular case, we talked to all the participants that had something up, and then it could wait to April.
Okay.
So we just went ahead and pushed back. In the past, if it was a hot topic or something that cost the applicant money to, to perform an action, then yes, we would go ahead and try to reschedule in the following week or 2 weeks, pending schedules and everything. The biggest problem when you reschedule a meeting like that is the publication. You've got to meet the publication requirements or violate state law, and we're extremely careful on that. And we did have a meeting with the Madera Township diversion project, and we're getting real close to being able to bring it to the full drainage board and to make a decision. Right now, what they're doing is they're looking at an environmental impact study cost to send the cost to us to look at. We're hoping to have it by the next commission meeting so we can put it on the agenda. And during that meeting, they acted like they was going to start the environmental impact study from scratch, but we've already done 2 years worth of work on that, in my opinion, and the county members. So I sent them an email requesting that they look at the stuff we've done up until now. Don't start from scratch. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use whatever we got there already, and then give us the quote that we're looking for.
And the reason for that was different personnel was representing the engineering firm and didn't realize what was in the package. So
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Bev from Register Deeds.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to give the annual report for 2024, and you should have my spreadsheets and stuff and is up on the board there. The first page has the year totals and the comparison between 2023 and 2024. We had an increase in revenue in everything except birth certificates, and that was only down $705. The first line is transfer fees, and transfer fees are on all the deeds, and that's based on $1 per thousand of the purchase price of the real estate. We either have to have a transfer fee or an exempt code on the deed. And the transfer fees for '24 were $238,307. The second line is the general fees, and that includes the fees for recording, which is $30 per document, and also any UCCs, which are financing statements, and location notices if we ever had another one, which we didn't have any in 2024, would be in that category. And that total was $129,853.50. The third line is the marriage licenses, and we issued 261 marriage licenses at $40 each for a total of $10,440. The certified copies includes certified copies of birth, marriage, and death that occurred in South Dakota, and we issued 2,721 at $15 each for a total of $40,815. And last on that section, the copies and disc, that includes the PTs, which is the physical transfers, which is a form that we have to complete for the Department of Revenue. Farm Service and Farm Credit Agencies both get copies of those every month. And it also includes the copies that the title companies get. The title companies are required to have a copy of every document that we have recorded, and they get copies of those every month. One title company comes in and scans them. The other title company, we email them to the title company, and for those we can charge, but we can only charge what it costs the county to produce it. And that total is $3,878 for a total of $423,293.50. We did have an increase overall from 23 to 24, and that is $29,750.50. The next section is just a breakdown of the totals that I just gave you. The general fees were the filing fees, the general fees, and then the financing statements, which is UCC documents, and location notices, but we again this year, in '24, we did not have any. Certified copies again broke down into the birth, death, and marriage. And then the general fees, and then broke down with the tech fee taken out of it. The tech fee is, the legislature in 2012 passed the bill that each document would cost $30 to record, but of that $30, $5 of it would be for the tech fee, and $2 of that $5 goes to the South Dakota Association of County Officials, and $3 of it stays here in the counties. that fee is only for the use of the Register of Deeds office for technology that we use to preserve our documents. And also anything that is done, that we have for expenses that is used for the real estate part of the Register of Deeds office. And then once a year, the South Dakota County Officials Association office divides the money that they collected from all the counties, and in August, we get our share. This year, every county got $3,818.58 from that tech fee. That goes into a special fund here at the county for our use. We can use that for, like I said, for anything that is done on the real estate part of the business. And as we go down here further, I've got the UCCs and location notices, the certified copies for birth, marriage, and death. Then that too, that $15 per certified copy, $5 of that stays here in the county, and $10 goes to the state. Marriage licenses, the same thing, that is divided, though $30 of that marriage license, each $40 marriage license, $30 of that goes to our local domestic abuse shelter, and $10 of it stays here in the county. So basically, all that $40 does stay here in the county to help the residents. And then at the last thing on that, on this first sheet, is exactly what stayed here in the county with the state shares taken out. So we had, actually kept $384,631.50. The other pages that were in this packet is just a breakdown of everything. The second page is everything broken down for the monthly totals, what we took in, and then the last page I included a spreadsheet that I keep so that we can, so we know how many documents have the tech fee taken out of them. We need that information to figure the tech fees and such. So I just included that with a comparison between the 2 years also. Any questions?
Any questions or comments from the board? Thank you for a very thorough report.
Oh, you're welcome. I was going to mention, I budgeted for that scanning project, and that has started. It's the last leg of a scanning in our office for the older documents, and so it's going really well. The scanners, they have, one is being in use, and one is as a backup in case something happens to the other scanner, that it breaks down. But she is doing an average of 10 books a day, which is 1,000 pages per book, so she is scanning 10,000 pages a day.
Wow.
So I said if it was me, I would think I would get kind of hypnotized. Well, but she has to check each page as it goes through. So they're doing a good job, and I think there's only like 20 books, I believe she mentioned yesterday, left of the mortgage books, and then she'll move on to the miscellaneous books. So it's going really well. And that is one of the examples of the tech fee that's being paid out of that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Finance officer. Okay, we do have some be it noted items from the finance office. Auditor's account with the treasurer, payroll and additive totals, highway expenditure report, and registered deed statement. Sheriff, do you have a report?
Morning. I have to apologize. I was busy visiting and forgot to hand out my report to you guys. Apologize for that. Just quick, I don't have a lot. We have 53 current inmates in custody. 34 of those are Brookings County inmates, otherwise the rest are from out of county. We missed the bullet on Saturday with our storm. It was slippery in the morning, but we had no accidents or anything during that slippery time or that icy time, which is good when you have an event like that. It's good to have it on weekends because I think things are just kind of a little slower. Traffic's a little slower. So by all the white stuff I had on my county road, I assumed that they were out and sprinkled a lot of stuff out early morning. But anyway, other than that, we're kept busy. The jail keeps busy, the 24/7 area keeps busy, and in turn, we keep the state's attorney busy. So other than that, if you have some questions. One of the things I should ask you is I hand this out during the commission meeting. Would you rather me give it, and so you have it in your packet? The reason I give it to you today is it's got the most accurate information. What I could do is if you'd rather have it so you can look at it prior, and then I can just tell you, because people in custody change all the time. So would you prefer that I give it to Stacy and so it's in your packet? Or is this okay yet like this?
This is fine.
Are you fine,
Personally,
okay?
I prefer the paper. I'm old school.
Yeah.
So keep doing what I'm doing?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, okay. Unless you have some questions. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Marty.
Okay, that's all the reports from the department heads. Also on auditor's report, first quarter transfers from general fund 101-4-911-4294 to highway and bridge fund 201-3-371-0000 in the amount of $899,906.75. And item B is from general fund 101-4-911 to 4290 to emergency management fund 226-3-371-0000 in the amount of $33,628.75.
We do need action on that.
We need action on
Yep.
individually?
No, you can do them just as the first quarter transfers.
Okay. We have a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any other additions or corrections? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We do not have any scheduled agenda items at 9, so we move on to regular business. Item A is action to approve resolution number 25-19, a resolution approving annexation of territories by the city of Brookings. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Any questions? Call the roll, please.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, action to approve resolution number 25-20, a resolution approving annexation of territories by the city of Volga. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C is action to approve abatement number 25-12, an abatement application for a late elderly and disabled tax freeze in the amount of $1,078.43. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Any comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item D is an action to approve agreement number 25-28, an agreement between Brookings County and Central Specialties, Inc. for the Brookings County 2025 surfacing project. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Randy, you have any comments on this project? The bids, how many bids did we receive? And
Not, Brian didn't give me that.
Those were all approved at the last meeting.
okay. These are just agreements and attached to the bid documents?
Correct. The bid was approved at the meeting 2 weeks ago, and now this is the agreement to start that.
Okay, to move forward.
Yeah, to move forward with the project. yes.
Okay. Get a motion approved?
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any other comments? Call the roll, please.
Post. Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item E is action to approve agreement number 25-29, an agreement with Environmental Systems Research Institute, Inc., ESRI, for additional licensing. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
A motion is second. Any comments? Sean, you have some background?
The county is the signer of the agreement. This licensing isn't actually for us, it's for the city of Brookings, but because we're the ones that hold the contract, it needs to kind of go through us. So when we sign this, we will get the additional licensing. It will be a prorated amount to complete this year off of the listed price for when the term actually starts. And then we will be billing the city for whatever that amount is. In the event the city decides to keep it, it will become part of our normal renewal process, and as long as the city is the only one using it, they will be the only one paying for this portion of the fee. Everything else is split up evenly among the three entities that participate in that agreement.
Okay. Any questions? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post. Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item F, action to approve agreement number 25-30, a sponsorship order and agreement with Dakota Bank Center for funding for the Uncle Sam Jam 4th of July event. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments?
This is an annual donation that we have done for quite a few years now, and this is budgeted within the public relations budget line in the commission budget.
Okay. Any other comments? Call the roll, please.
Post. Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item G, action to approve the low bid for the Southeast South Dakota County Striping Project, project number MC 25-02 to contractor Sir Lines a lot in the amount of $1,044,250.25. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments? Any additions or corrections? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item H, action to approve agreement number 25-31, a contract for project number MC 25-02 for the Southeast South Dakota County Striping Project, Brookings County, in the amount of $117,439.25. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second. A motion and second. Any comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post. Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item I, action to approve the low bid for the Brookings County 2025 chip seal project to the Road Guy Construction Company, Inc. of Yankton, South Dakota in the amount of $213,037.75. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item J, action to approve the notice of award for the Brookings County 2025 chip seal project to the Road Guy Construction Company Incorporated of Yankton, South Dakota. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item K, action to approve the low bid for the Brookings County Courthouse parking lot and sidewalk project to Timmons Construction, Inc. of Brookings, South Dakota in the amount of $93,395. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion and a second. Comments?
I was really happy with this bid. I budgeted about 160,000, so 93, just shy of 93.4 is fantastic.
Is there a timeline when this will take place?
I don't believe we have a specific timeline, but I think what I'd heard is that they have time pretty early this spring, as soon as the weather gets to a point where they can do it. They have time right away, so we'll be working with them and courthouse staff to get that project moving forward.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item L, action approve the notice of the award to Brookings County Courthouse parking lot and sidewalk project to Timmons Construction, Inc. of Brookings, South Dakota. Do I have motion approve?
So moved. Second.
I have motion and a second. Any other comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item M, action to automatically supplement for unanticipated expenses incurred and reimbursement made to Brookings County in an amount of $8,947.25. Receipt number 007-16762 to General Ledger line 101-4-211-4251 for an insurance reimbursement. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments?
It's just insurance reimbursement from a sheriff's vehicle that was in an accident.
Okay. No further comments. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item N, action on appointments to the CO2 Advisory Committee. We need action to appoint two citizens from the public, two members of the public. The commission appoints these individuals. We took applications, and I would look for a motion from the board to fill these positions.
I would move that we accept applications from Stephanie Mason and Sean Morris.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
So I'll second that.
A motion and a second. Any other further comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next action is to appoint two county commissioners to the same committee. Do I have a motion to approve? Or appoint, I should say.
I would make a motion to appoint Post and Vanderwall. Second.
I have a motion and a second for Kelly Vanderwall and Doug Post to the committee. Any other comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Congratulations. Item O is action to approve a fireworks display permit for the city of Volga. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments?
This is an annual ask from the city of Volga. They always have a fireworks display the Friday night of Old Timers Weekend. Usually it's the first weekend in June. This year it's actually the second weekend of June, so it's I believe it's the 13th, June 13th. Friday the 13th is when they'll be having their fireworks display.
Okay. Any other comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item number P is action approve a request to fill vacancy for a full-time male correctional officer in the sheriff's office. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item Q, action approve a request to fill vacancy for an assistant sheriff. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. On to item number 9, Commission Department Directors Report.
I have the Veteran Service Officer report there, 1 DAV van ride, but 4 veterans using the Veterans Transportation Services. They had 4 outreach events, and our Veteran Service Officer, Matt Puller, attended 1 conference. The February general fund surplus is at 19% for month-end, February month-end. That is above the 10-year average of 15%, so we just kind of continue to kind of watch that throughout the year. As I had visited with you all about budget hearings and got that date set, so make sure your calendars are marked for Wednesday, June 4th. We will meet all day that day, next door in the community room from 8, plan from 8 to 5. We usually wrap up maybe a little bit before that, but please make sure that your day is free for the whole day. The Conservation District tour is also scheduled a little ways out, but mark your calendars, please, for August 21st. That's a Thursday. For our 2 new commissioners, the Conservation District sets up, it's a really neat tour. It takes about just the morning from about 8 to noon. They take us to several locations throughout the county, showing what some of our citizens are doing for conservation initiatives, basically. So it's very interesting, very informative, and then they feed us lunch too. So once we get back to the Conservation District shop at noon. So that is set for that. Other than that, just some upcoming dates. We have the Chamber annual meeting that I think I have most of you signed up for, coming up on Thursday, April 3rd at Club 71 at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. That starts at 5 o'clock. Tuesday, April 8th, equalization boards right here in this room, starting at 8:30. And then there's several of us going out to Pier for the SDACC Spring Workshop. Going out Tuesday, that conference is Wednesday and Thursday. A little further out, April 18th, offices will close at noon for Good Friday. And then in your packet was the information for this Brookings Economic Summit on Tuesday, April 29th, 7:30 to noon out at Dakota Bank Center. Registration is required. So I don't know if you want to, if some of you know you plan to attend that, you can let me know, or this will be on an upcoming agenda as well. I mean, it's a little bit far out, but if you know you plan to attend, you can let me know. Sean, I know you will. Anybody else plan to attend that? Okay.
What was the date on that?
April 29th.
Yeah. I'll be there.
Yeah? Yep. Doug, do you know? No? Probably not. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of wait and have it on an upcoming agenda here, and, but just if you want to put that on your calendar, you sure can. Also, that same night, Tuesday, April 29th, is the Brookings Volunteer Fire Department Annual Feed. I think there was maybe, I don't have a flyer for that. That was maybe the week before. And then we just received a flyer, too, about the Aurora Firefighters Pancake Feed. Is Sunday, April 27th, 8 to 12:30. That's at the Aurora Fire Hall over in Aurora. Other than that, I think that's it, unless you have any questions for me.
Any other questions? State's Attorney's Office report. Okay. Move on to item number 11, Commissioner reports and discussion items. Commissioner Vanderwall.
Thank you. I was able to attend the previous county commission meeting via phone, but I had the privilege of attending the NACO Legislative Conference in Washington, D.C. It was my first time there. Really, really interesting. Thanks to Bob Hill for kind of showing me around the different sessions to go to. I was able to attend a first-time attendee breakfast, which was very helpful. But we were able to meet with our South Dakota legislation in D.C., and yeah, that was good to keep those contacts. We've got a couple projects that we're working on that we're going to need their help with, so that was good to be in attendance there. On March 11th, I attended the joint city-county meeting here, and on March 13th, I did attend the Maderi diversion meeting attended via Zoom. The last thing I just want to mention is, Brookings County does not have a blanket burn ban on, but we have a red flag warning. And I just ask that people in our county keep in mind that if you're going to have a controlled burn, be cognizant of the weather 2 and 3 days ahead of time, because once a burn pile gets going and then the wind switches out of the other direction, things can change rapidly. And we're going to hope and pray for some more rain here this week. We kind of missed out on the last one, but I just ask that our citizens just remember that that's a tool to use, but let's be very careful about fires in the days ahead. Thank you.
Mr. Post.
Yeah, on the 11th, I also attended the joint city-county meeting that we had, and on the 13th, I participated in the Zoom. The rest of my scheduled events were canceled due to weather, and at the same weird week where you've got blizzard warnings, ice warnings, and fire warnings all at the same time. But at Commissioner Vanderwall's heating, I do have my four-wheel drive and disc hooked up, ready to go in case we have a grass fire out our way.
Yeah. Commissioner Miller.
All right. On March 11th, I also attended the joint meeting and several different meetings with department heads, but that's it. Pretty light. No board meetings in the last 2 weeks.
Okay. Commissioner Hostler.
Yeah, on the 5th of March, I attended we had our quarterly courthouse meeting to kind of go over things that are needed over at the courthouse. On the 6th, I had a domestic abuse shelter board meeting where we did extend a offer to the new executive director. And then on the 6th, we had a BEDC Zoom meeting. On the 11th, again, attended the joint meeting with the city-county here in the chambers. And then on the 14th, we had our every 2-week Economic Development Merger Committee meeting. And that is my report.
Thank you. On the 5th, I had attended the conservation meeting at noon that day, and later in that evening, we had the Conservation District Christmas gathering. On the 11th, joint meeting with the city, I also attended that with a zoning issue. On the 12th, I attended East Brookings, by Zoom. Highway Superintendent Brian Gusted and myself sat down with the East Brookings Business District and gave an update on the 214th road project to the group. Went very well. Hopefully in the future here, we can get some funding to move forward with that. On the 13th, I attended a pandemic planning committee meeting. And also on the 13th, I then left there and attended the Madera Township's diversion channel meeting. Also on the 17th yesterday, attended a quarterly strategic planning meeting. All were well attended, and some good information was shared from the city, the SDSU, the school district, and utilities. With that concludes my report. I would entertain a motion to enter into a executive session in accordance with South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2, parentheses 1 and 4. Do I have a motion to enter?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye.